today, our last one, it's going to be Catnip versus Shep.
Yeah, with this set, we have a bit less knowledge on the quality of the players, particularly Catnip, because she hasn't been in SCL. She did beat Veronis, but Veronis is also a big question mark. Chef, we just know, is very good. He
Yeah,
won
Shep.
bronze. But we
Yeah,
even with Shep, we got a bit less data than we would have because they didn't do the tournament of position. They just took the autumn promotion. So we missed out on four high quality games from them. I'd say personally, I think Shep is the favorite by a little bit, but
yeah,
Catnip has a absolutely brutal kill list over the years. She's beaten Magician, she's beaten Yi, she's beaten Falcon Hit. Um, this could just be another head for a wall.
yeah. Catnip is well known in the community for getting these big, upsets. You feel like often just because Catnip is not one of the really, really big. Like this is a big, big name in terms of skill, but Catnip has so many, these quote unquote upsets, as you mentioned, Yeesh, Falcon Hit, all of those players, and Shep could just be the next one. But Shep has been very, very active, won a very difficult bronze. So if Catnip's going to win this match, it's going to be a big fight, big cat fight, you might say.
Yeah, or dogfight, or dogfights, airplanes. This is going to be a more cordial affair. We're going back to ballroom,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, we got someone who could fly a plane. We got General. And I'm ready to go if you are. In
Uh,
three, two, one, playing it.
as we comment on every single time General is picked, General is quite good at bugging, so that might be a mission that Catnip is looking for to start us off this game. But the real mission to start us off with this game is the mission that always starts us off these games, and it's a flirt, except it's red test this
Red
time.
test.
And that means that Catnip is sitting here sad, alone in this conversation with so many people in it, but feeling alone.
The only
And
one that matters isn't here.
exactly. So, unfortunately, no progress in a useless conversation.
Are
And
we furlougning?
yeah, purloining is pretty interesting here.
You're meant to green test that catnip.
Yeah, looks like that has been seen by Shep. So we're going to pick up the highlight for it. With only that done, Shep is a pretty behavioral sniper. So I like the decision not to start moving around after the red flirt. I'm not sure as much about the purloin decision because it is attracting a lot of attention to you very early on in this game. You're going to have to uh, somehow find missions that aren't going to get you dead, and those are few and far between right now.
Yeah, I mean the other option would be rely on the purloin to make a lot of noise, banana bread, and hope that someone gets shot. Going to side statue here is not really indicating that, and from what I've seen with catnip, until very recently, I've been saying that she just doesn't know what a frame is. Um, she very much likes her mission completion. That's often true with the campier snipers. Um,
Banana bread.
same thing for Banana Conda and Crazy Kaylee. A lot of campers just believe that mission completing
Ooh,
is the way to
safety
go.
off. On to Catnip. No shot is taken. Shep knows that she is not done with missions yet. So I think that's just kind of an indication hey, this is my top suspect right now, and if you do anything else, you're going to get shot. We'll see if Catnip can find some way to, not die doing this.
Yeah, the problem is the subtler missions, be it flirt, we haven't gotten any completion on. If we're gonna do inspects, we will take a bullet. Uh, I
It's
think
gonna be a
catnip
microfilm. It's
should
gonna be a green test. So,
not the
oh, but
book.
we're just being stared down so hard, and a little bit of a tell from Shep that we were staring at that microfilm animation is that the laser became completely still. Lots of people, if they're trying to watch that microfilm, don't really like to have that laser moving, and Shep really wanted to stare that down and completely seen despite the green test.
Yeah, I think double green test was an out potentially from Catnip's perspective, but Shep is just absolutely tunneling. There's no thing more interesting than Catnip at bookcase in that instance. And he's up 1-0. Now we get to see some Taft as Spy, which is pretty rare, honestly, because he often ends up as the ambassador. And we'll get started in three, two, one, playing it.
Interesting about Taft as the ambassador is Taft is a pretty darn good spy. Very, very fast. Gets things done.
I
Uh,
hate
the,
his walking bug, like,
the walking
so
bug is
much.
not fantastic. It's a little bit of a noodly arm. It's not the worst out of the walking bugs. There are definitely some worse characters for it, but the speedy aspect of Taft, the fastest character in the game, can be very, very strong.
Yeah, and it's deceptive. With people who haven't measured it, it does often feel like Alice, and I think it's just because Alice has a like a faster gait potentially, just
Yeah,
a
she
shorter
has
leg.
that speed walk going on.
Uh, Taft is just waving his arms around, all super happy. I think that's in part why his bug is so rough. His arms not waving around is very different from his regular walking animation.
Yeah, we are starting off this game a minute in now, 47% on the flirt. That's all we've got so far, so Shep burning a little bit of time to not do anything right here. And we are not close enough, of course, for two greens. The first flirt wasn't close enough, so we are just out of range of that. 2% out of range of that, in fact. We are now
Smallman going to
requesting, though.
middle statues.
It's a request after a reject by the SDA. We didn't know that. So unfortunately, we actually have one less rejector than we think right now. It is going to be a purloin. We'll see if Catnip can see it. Purloin right on Catnip's screen. We'll see how much she's on this. She is in fact on this though. We do pick up the highlight
Correct
for it.
lights.
Yeah, very correct lights here. I think we might start seeing some lowlights as Catnip starts parsing out this party a little bit here right now. Um,
Yeah, if it's just down to two, honestly,
in the
taking the
red.
time to low lights. Ooh, that was a
Oh,
rough timing on that split.
yeah. I mean,
I'm not
it's
sure
not
who's
gonna.
rough for. I'm not sure who's rough for. If Catnip caught the split, then it really looks like Orange Dress split immediately after doing a banana bread. If she didn't catch a split, maybe she even saw Orange Dress outside the conversation and went, well, maybe it's only could be the spy now is Taft. Um, but it's a really interesting situation. I'm wondering if Chef like timed it with an animation or something because that was really closely timed.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. Oh, we might have wanted to go for another contact there, and Orange Dress was in conversation with the SDA there for a second, but now she is no longer way far away from any conversation at all. So a contact here would knock her out. There it is, and Catnip all over the purloin. Just completely sure about those rejects. Completely sure that Orange Dress is now knocked out, and takes the shot onto Taft, onto Shep, and that means it's a 1-1.
Yeah, I think if Orange Dress had been in conversation after that split, we might have seen a different result. But we only had 30 seconds left. We were running low on time, so you didn't necessarily have the option if you're trying to complete. We
Yeah.
are 1-1, and we have to do some courtyard.
Yeah, Courtyard should be interesting. It's all about finding that hard tell, as we say, and we'll see if Catnip can find it in three, two, one, playing it.
Hey, Opie,
Yeah,
do you see that bug?
looks like Catnip tried to find it in three, two, one after the game started. Unfortunately, the bug did not land, so going to have to just go right into a flirt position here.
Yeah, this is really well spaced. 33% is A-okay, and it doesn't look like we're standing on anybody's toes. We kind of
Yeah.
want to get in that conversation with the double agent. From what we can see on the spy side, conversations are quite packed. Chef taking a low light on general is really interesting. I think might be saying a lot because that was a statue into fingerprint
Oh, that's a
briefcase.
swap.
We're framing general as a bit late, and we've already low lit general. This is concerning.
Yeah, General does get brought back up. Shep is aware of who was at that statue beforehand, but knocking down the suspect list all the way down to two can be really really difficult to deal with. However, there's this big conversation that actually no longer has an SDA in it. Never mind, I lied. Here
Banana
comes a
bread.
contact. It's gonna be green as soon as teal
This
enters
could
the
be a
con.
shot.
Yeah, this could be a shot. We'll see if Shep is willing to take it. We did get our both of our inspects. This is a fake contact for us, but we are betting on the fact that there is an SDA in, and we are betting correctly. However, I'm not. There was a reason that Shep wasn't that suspicious of General in the first place. We'll see if that can carry Shep through. And we are moving around much more than General right now, so it could be really
Are we trying
hard
to
because.
finish? General's standing next to Rocker. He might get shot for the flirt here. I think he just stopped talking and started talking again, which looks really weird. Meanwhile, we're just red test flirting.
Oh, and there it is. The
Yeah.
shot comes off. The frame works from Catnip. What the biggest thing that's an issue with bringing it down to two characters right at the right there is that suddenly the sniper can draw put all of their attention into tracking both of your flirts. But in this case, Sheph thinks that General might have been able to complete that flirt on that talk and does take the shot, and Catnip gets away with a spy round courtyard going up 2-1.
Yeah, so Catnip's game's improved. So Catnip's, and the reason why she's gotten a lot of upsets in the past is her sniper can be a bit moody, but when it's on point, it's lethal. And her spies sometimes let her down. And when she's having a moody sniper and her spies letting her down, um, she loses games that she could easily have won. Now she's doing frames. Wasn't a perfect frame. I think it was a bit late for it to be the swap, but was chill. Let General die. This is a catnip that you want to watch out for in what is a very tough group. We'll see if she's able to pull it off here.
All right. Shep trying to find a spy win to even this back up, and we'll see how that works out in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Spy wins on Courtyard are very much down to that one moment. It's what's your hardtail gonna be, and you do have good options. It's not like it's impossible to find that spy win on Courtyard. Hashtag spy bias.
I
Uh,
would like to point out here that the contours of this group means that it's very likely that this match will decide who gets out of groups. Warning Track is the heavy favorite for this group in first place.
mhm.
Has already beaten Shep at 7-1, I think it was.
And Varanus with the same result. Warning Track's been absolutely dominant so far. Has
Yeah,
not played Catnip yet.
yeah. Catnip would be the last person to challenge Warning Track here, and to upset Warning Track would need that win. But this win or draw or loss from either player right here could end up deciding exactly who will be getting second and exactly who will be getting third out of this group. So this matters a lot right now, and
More
Shep
likely than not.
really, yeah, more likely than not, because Warning Track is a pretty strong opponent in Diamond for a couple of seasons now. 3 of them, I believe.
Has not had a close set in a long time. Warning Track, I think the last 6 or 7 sets he's had have all been blowouts in his favor
Well, in
against
his favor,
quality.
except for the one
And
time.
since the last time that he lost to Kaylee 7-1.
Yeah, 7-2, wasn't it? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Banana
It
bread.
doesn't matter.
Ooh,
Shep does
a
do this
lot of splits
contact.
right as that banana bread came off. We really wanted to hit a green test there. One benefit here is Rocker's also talking, and the double agent. Everybody in that conversation was talking. So maybe Rocker's likely to get shot as his Smallman, but uh, a lot. A green would have been really nice there for Shep.
Yeah, we are going to move out of that conversation. We want to get our flirts started up again, but Aresti kind of walks past us, and instead we were going to add time with a green test. It's a nice timing for it. The sniper is not really looking for it at this time, and because it's a green test, they're gonna have to notice the clock slowing down. And as we are not that big of a suspect yet, it seems our window visit is probably not being paid much attention to, and that means that we probably just got away with that time ad completely clean.
You have to take that time, Ed. We've just been quite unlucky with our seduction target.
Oh, that's a bug.
Ooh, big wrong arm.
Yeah, that's a bug. It takes. And we are going to pick up this briefcase here. It is going to be the full fingerprint. So we just need one more flirt to make this win
Are
happen
we gonna get
as Shep.
shot?
I don't know if we're gonna get shot. We
It's
picked up the
so
hot.
hard for me to expect Catnip to shoot for a flirt, but she's very good at tracking fingerprints.
There's a talk. There's the shot. Catnip does it. And wow, I'm really impressed that if you're going to shoot for a flirt, you don't shoot when that fingerprint comes off, but Catnip makes it happen and goes up 3-1.
Yeah, I think this is a spot where I said talking might be lethal. We might have actually wanted to no talk there and just wait 20 seconds, 30 seconds, really hope our seduction target stays with us and flirt later, because that flirt, with the knowledge that we had, was what got us shot. It was just the quick flirt. Yellow arrow, a bit of bad luck, just for people who aren't aware. At the bottom of the conversations, a little yellow arrow, and then there's a couple other colors, tells who's meant to be talking. Obviously, as a spy, you don't have to listen to it, but it does mean if you don't talk when there's a yellow arrow at your feet, nobody's talking, and that ends up being a tell.
Yeah,
I just skipped the game. First set of library, Catnip up 3-1.
yeah, Shep going to need a sweep back on library if they want to stay in this set. Catnip needs only one more game to clinch the draw, and in doing so, essentially clinch a tiebreaker scenario with Shep if everything falls the way we expect it to going forward. And only two more games to clinch almost certainly a way out of groups.
Yeah,
Actually, no, Catnip would be 2-0, so it would be a way out of groups, certainly.
yeah, because it would be Catnip 6, Warning Track 6, Shep 0, Verona 0. So
Yeah.
Catnip easily through. Um, let's see. This is going to be the hardest game for Catnip to win because it is Spy on Library, but let's do it in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
You think Spy on Courtyard's easier than Spy on Library?
Ab- Statistically, absolutely. In practice, absolutely. It's so hard to win on these 5/8s against super elite snipers, and I do think Shep is maybe not super elite, but definitely elite.
Yeah, yeah. 47% flirt to start off this game here as Catnip on Red Dress. Not the flirt you really want to see, but it's also better than any white flirt, so, you're not complaining.
Yeah, the concern I have for Catnip is you need to make a play. If you're gonna win library, you're not gonna be able to finish 5 missions in the opponent's face. Um, she needs to be keeping a good eye on the party, noticing things like the ambassador way across the party, putting a fingerprint somewhere. If she's gonna do the sneaky spy stuff to be able to actually pull this game off. Likewise for Shep,
Yeah.
though I'm less aware of Shep's um, preferred way of playing as spy.
Wait, what?
Wow,
What?
what
What?
happened?
Um, I'm not sure?
I'm watching it. Okay, Catnip saying in chat, and I'm just gonna use that. Uh, he thought the twins were the other twins.
Oh, and the other twin had a different book. Oh no! You
Death by
really.
clerical error.
That's so unfortunate for Shep there. That's a game basically completely thrown away because of a slight miswiring on who you thought had a what.
This
And
is this is why I don't play twins anymore, as much as I used to. Is I played Cartwright and I got highlight 3 times in a row for playing twin, because he liked to try and clerically mix the highlight one twin and keep one twin neutral lit. In this case, Shep doesn't do that, and he just gets the twins completely mixed up and loses him the game.
yeah, that's really, really unfortunate for Shep there, but that means Catnip now on the cusp of making it out of this really, really tough group. And honestly, another upset for her wall.
Yeah, upset. They were both in bronze. Catnip was in bronze before she dropped out. Shep was in bronze this season. They're at a similar level in SCL. It's just we know Shep is a known quantity, been very good. Catnip coming back, we'd assume that she'd be rusty, and it doesn't feel like it. Let's watch some more magical Disney play in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, Shep now spying for his life here A loss here means a loss in the tournament. Will never get out of groups, and that is something that you really would not expect from someone who did so well in SCL, has shown such strong performances. But that is the nature sometimes of these group stages. A lot of strong players will not get out of groups, and Shep, not phased, however, by the stakes right now, is going for a pretty aggressive start. Early cheese flirt for 51%, gonna follow our ST after getting a microfilm right into Windows. Another green test means that we will have 100% flirt before you can say anything about the game other than that we have flirt.
Yeah, in our first set, I mentioned when you're down 4-1, especially in a map like Library.
Oh
Oh
no! It's
no!
so on screen! The timing was just completely unfortunate for Shep there. Went for the really, really early flirt and getting microfilm done during that time. I don't think he expected Catnip to be looking over there right then, just because, look at this. Toby, kind of on the left side, but you can watch that from the center, where the ambassador is on the right side. Like, that is, you don't expect the sniper to be rotating all that often. Catnip holds this angle for so long. You'll see that Shep actually triggers the microphone animation as the laser comes over, and that means that because of laser lag, he would have seen the laser on the other side of the venue during the trigger.
Yeah, the thing that really killed us is if you see Toby, he's behind the pillar, bending down to offer a drink to Smallman, which is like the most suspicious thing that I can imagine happening in the game with by an AI. You have to watch that, and then but you can catch. I mean, the laser was actually sitting on Shep. You can catch that in your peripheral, no matter how much you're staring down Smallman. Catnip takes the set. We get some victory lap high rise games, but congratulations to Catnip. She's not completely done yet. She still needs to play warning track and can actually
Yeah.
win the group.
Yeah.
With
Warning track versus Catnip next week will decide first and second place coming out of the group, so that'll be a big one to watch for. In the meantime, we have these two high-rise games to see if Shep can kind of come back and say, "Hey, this set didn't go right for me, but I'm still a good competitor here." In three, two, one, playing it.
Yeah, I know when I played high rise this week when not as much was on the line. The play did get a bit more interesting, to say the least. Here, Catnip just taking the regular missions off, microfilm swap purloin. It's going to be our regular bug imprints are the tells that we need to be looking at if we're not just doing the soft tell game.
Yeah. No flirts, unfortunately, because out of all these characters that have just settled up next to us, none of them are our ST. Our ST is actually over at a window, kind of staring off into space, and then we'll go to another window, read a book for a little bit. So our ST is not being very kind to us. However, this is high rise. We have a lot of leeway to get those flirts when we want them. So
One of the concerns I have with high rise is genuinely one of the worst maps to time add up. There's just so few people, and both of the windows are front facing. So when you have a really road selection target who's just continually reading his book at these windows, it means that we need to figure out maybe a game plan B, framing that middle twin who's going to middle statue, for example.
yeah, that would be a pretty good frame here. We'll see if
Yeah,
that
two cycle.
materializes. That is a two cycle for sure. Um, Catnip going to go in for a book, just an innocent book, losing some heat probably. We'll see if this is maybe a leave to bug. The ambassador is right there. We put the book back. Ambassador's still there. We could go for this bug. It is going to be a bug past. The
Ooh,
snapback is going
no.
to be very visible, however, as the ambassador leaves after the drink take. That is a little bit unfortunate. If you don't realize the ambassador's about to leave, standing right in that conversation to let that snapback happen, you expect you're going to have cover from the big bone of Taft right in front of you, but instead Taft leaves after the drink take, and it's completely on screen, and Shep manages to bring it back to 5-2.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the bug was really necessary, because that twin that went to middle statues went and did a fingerprint. Really, the only reason he wasn't going to get shot is if he was seen doing too many things. Completing 5 missions makes it really hard for him to be a spy. Good job on the shot though, and yeah, it's just the snapback. The bug was actually quite good until the snapback.
Yeah, that's how a lot of bugs get caught, in fact. And now Shep on a character actually whose snapback is not so snappy. In three, two, one, playing it. What I mean by that, for anyone who is unaware, is that Papa Danger or Morgan or Kane, whatever you want to call him, is one of the two characters in the game whose arm, when at a neutral position, does not rest at their center mass. So when a bug snapback happens, you will not see that telltale sliding right back into the center. The other character that is like that is Duke, the character over at Bookshelves currently. Just a little bit of trivia if you want to, have a little bit stronger going into conversation next to the ambassador bugs. Those two characters are really the ones you want to do it with. A nice redirect from Shep off the briefcase here puts us right back into our conversation with the ST.
That's
Nice
so
little,
dirty. That's
a nice
so
little
dirty.
seduction reset for sure.
It's the sort of thing that doesn't get caught too often, but when you catch it, you go, "Hold up, you're flirting." I know what flirting looks like. Just for the people who don't know, the reason we call him Papa Danger is in old art there are three tall, bald, black characters, all with the codename Danger, and they all wear different color shirts. And then new art came along, and in the first batch, Papa Danger was uh, the one black man character. Now we have Salmon Danger, and so people decided that he must be the father of all three of these people with the same code name. Now we have Salmon Danger because Salmon's shirt is salmon, and he's built around the actual Danger Bros from old art.
Yeah, that is the history behind that particular naming convention. There's a lot of some of those naming conventions are a little bit esoteric, but some of them are just kind of what you'd expect. You got the twins, you got Cowboy or Tex, or everyone's gonna recognize that. Taft, if anyone knows what Taft looks like, they're gonna realize it. So not all of our names are completely just history based.
I do like Taft mainly because it then puts pressure on people to be more American. When this is actually a very international community. Catnip herself is Lithuanian. Uh, Shep at least half French. I know he was supporting Ryu through bronze when he was already through because of their
Oh,
Frenchness.
oh no,
Tobo rolling in his grave, bed.
Tobo's not
Tobo is.
dead. Unless
Uh,
you have something to tell me that's going to make me cry, Po Noob.
no, he's fine at the moment.
By the way,
Uh,
Purloin's on this game.
yep,
And
we're
with
gonna
Toby
do it right
walking
now.
over to us, we just do that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Chef's actually down in this set with a couple of good green purloins. This one's also good because the highlight just also rejected it. But Catnip was so on the ballroom one, um, and then it's really been Catnip's spy that's been carrying her to this pretty dominating victory.
Well, it might not be dominating a moment. It might just be that one game got away. That got
Toby's
away from
going
Shep.
for walk.
Yeah, he's moving around. This might be an issue though. Our ST is not flirted with yet. It's 99% of the way there, but we
We
are
took the
definitely not
drink
flirted with.
because rejecting would get us
Oh no!
shot.
Oh
0 second time ad?
no! Wait, we get shot.
We got shot
Wow.
for the purloin?
What? I mean, I guess Catnip was aware of the reject chain there, and because we took, and if Catnip saw the green fade back there, we were the only ones who could have done it. So if Catnip sees that green fade, knows we just took the drink, and knows we were in the chain, that
Yeah.
means that it can only be us, and Catnip correctly takes that shot. It's super surprising that Catnip was able to track that, considering how long it went. Uh, I mean, we would have lost anyways as Shep, unfortunately, due to the flirt there that was at 99% and not 100%. But Catnip takes a very nice shot and ends the set 6-2.
Yeah, so just to recap. So Catnip shoots for a purloin and then shoots for flirting on courtyard despite not seeing the bug. Shoots for taking your own drink reject here on high rise. I'm gonna say maybe you should calm down on the shenanigans and not get shot by Catnip. Because she's on to you and she will find you and she will shoot you.
Oh
If her
boy.
spy can continue and keep up the pace there, I think she has a fighting chance against Warning Track. If you can snipe anybody 4 times, you get a point.
Yeah, and that means that we are done for the day. However, we will have another cast on the very same channel coming up tomorrow, which will be covering. Let's see, what's the matches that have been covered in that one? I actually don't have the list
Wodar.
on me. Ooh,
Wodar is definitely playing. I remember that.
Del, step in
Because
for us. Help us out.
Tomorrow we have Paratroopa versus Wodar, Iglini versus Plastiques, and then Dowsey versus Magician.
Oh yeah, Dowsey versus Magician. I should probably have known that that was going to be cast tomorrow, considering that that's my group.
yeah,
Uh,
Magic Ian in Diamond, Dowsey top of Silver.
Magic Ian
Wodar.
is currently in Platinum.
Oh, he is Platinum because I'm in Diamond. Wodar, Paratrooper. Wodar lost his first set against Kmars, so that one's another round where the loser's out, the winner's likely in. And then Euglene versus Plastics, where Plastics ran into a lot of trouble actually with Supposable Meg. I'm wondering if I'm using the right adjective there. Um, I wasn't aware that they were that good, but they tied Plastics, and that means they are good.
Yeah,
Euglene,
that's for sure.
Gleany's quality. I still think Plastics should be the favorite, but after tying Meg, I need to figure out if it's Meg's really good. I need to find out who they are. It's going to be a really exciting set. It's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. BST. Go check out the Discord. We'll see you guys soon. Anything else you want to add there, Dells?
Nope.
Fantastic. With that, I'm Po Noob,
I'm Opie Wrights.
and thank you for watching this cast.